This computer. Okay, guys, Heart Team, I've got the recording started, and our special guest speaker tonight is Melody Hoppius. We had Melody on here back in, I believe, in January of this year, and she had just turned Emerald. I believe you turned Emerald in December, right?
Right.
Yep. And so I think, what, 4 months later, you turned Sapphire? Is that what it was?
Yes, end of April.
Yeah, the end of April, she turned Sapphire. So, you know, when we saw her transformation going into Emerald and all that, we're like, man, we got to have this girl on our call. So she was very sweet, got on our call when she turned Emerald. So now we've got her on here as a Sapphire. So I am going to, you know, ask her a couple of questions and stuff. And then we'll just kind of, you know, I've got some things that we want to talk about. But, you know, since we've had you on our call, Melody, our team has grown quite a bit.
Awesome.
By a few hundred, several hundred, I think. I don't know. It's been a lot because of all the promos that we've had.
Right.
Really, these promos are really helping a lot. And that's one thing that I want to get into later, too, is, you know, your ideas on the promos and stuff like that. Anyway, so, okay, first of all, can you just, you know, share just a little bit about yourself real quick for the new people that we have on our team?
Okay.
You know, and then just, you know, what you did before Plexus and stuff, like, you know, just kind of go on like that. Okay.
Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. So, just a little background. I am a registered nurse. I spent 14 years as a labor and delivery nurse. And then I left that job and opened my own boot camp business, Boot Camp Fitness. And I did that for about 8 years. And then I closed that business in April 2017. The interesting backstory about that was during boot camp, people would bring their, you know, things to me, their supplements, their magic drinks and all this and that. And I never wanted anything to do with that. And a couple of times somebody had mentioned Slim, but again, during that time, it was the weight loss drink, and I didn't want anything to do with that. So when I closed boot camp, our family went through a really tough time. And as far as like anxiety, depression, dealing with a teenager, things like that. And I had been following my now sponsor for about 2 years because in my prior business, I went through and just added friends randomly all the time to help expand my network and build my business. Right. And we still to this day don't know who friended who because she was doing the same thing to build her Plexus business. So, but I followed her. And the interesting thing is, you know, one, she posted consistently, but two, and this is what I tell my team now, was she posted a variety of things about her life that I was interested in. And even though she's a lot younger than me, being a labor and delivery nurse, she'd posted about childbirth and breastfeeding and things that I could connect with her, right? I was not interested in Plexus at the time, but I liked things that she was posting. So I do tell my team, post a variety of things so that you allow people to get to know you on a different level, because chances are, no, they may not be interested in Plexus right now, but they're interested in getting to know you. Exactly. So when I finally decided to look into Plexus, I reached out to her. Now, I had a couple of other options. A childhood friend who grew up 2 houses down, she mentioned it to me, but she never posted. And another friend, but again, they did not post. And through her posting consistently, she was educating me, whether she knew it or not. Now she does, because I never liked or commented on any of her Plexus posts. Right. So when it came time that I was ready, I reached out to her. And, you know, so that's when I began Plexus, was June. I signed up June 1st of 2018. And I told her up front, I would not, you know, this was a secret. She was not to tag me in anything. I didn't want anything to do. You know, I didn't want anybody to know my big secret because I was so against supplementation. But a few weeks later, I had tried the products with my daughter, who had suffered with anxiety and depression for 4 years. And within a week, I had a totally different daughter. So I decided to post the end of July. So, and then we grew from there. So, and by the end of April, I did rank Sapphire. So it's been a lot of fun. And that's what I tell people. It's been a lot of fun. You got to keep the fun in it, bring the energy that people want to be a part of it,
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. And see, and that's what I like what you said, you've got to share your life. You've got to share these amazing products because, even though you think that, people aren't liking and commenting on your post, they are seeing your post and
Yes.
they are following you because we have a lot of people that the same thing happened. We have people on our team today that followed us for 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I mean? So, people are seeing your posts. So you've got to share consistently. You've got to share your life. You've got to, and if you look at, like, for instance, with Melanie, we follow her a lot and she shares her life. She shares, things that are going on with her, so, that's, very good. Okay. So, on to a different subject real quick. We're going to talk and we're going to go more into, some of your ideas and stuff like that, your thoughts.
Yeah.
But like, okay, like for instance, like on your team page and stuff, do you have like monthly events for your, like for your team? Because I know like in ours, we have monthly events. As a matter of fact, we have one going on this week. So do you have events in your groups and what kind of events do you do? Or
Yeah, so we have a lot of different things going on. So I have my team group and then my upline has their team group and we work together to develop a schedule. So for instance, right now on Sunday nights, the business builders are doing the Gold Mastermind series that Brooke Hemingway and Christy Jex put together. It's a 4-part video about, it's particularly about, gold, but anybody who's interested in building their business, it's going to benefit them. So we do a Zoom call on Sunday nights at 8:30 just to go over the Gold Masterminds. And then we follow that with a big team call, meaning my uplines are all included. So that's on Sundays. Monday nights is my team call night. We normally do what I call a Chewy's event once a month where we meet at our local Chewy's. And they've been really good. And we call it the Health and Happiness Gathering. And they have a back room so people come and they can listen to testimonies. And we normally give away some prizes, things like that. We are in the middle of our 7-day trial. We do a 7-day trial every month. So we're doing that right now. And then I do like team get-togethers. A lot of my team is local, so we can do some get-togethers. But the other thing we do is IPA challenges. So I always have an IPA challenge at some point in the month. We do power hour Zooms. So different leaders will get on and do a power hour, for IPA to help people work. So yeah, we do a variety of things. I do in the group, and I know you guys do this too. I do CQ prizes. I do little challenges, little contests.
Right.
I do a monthly weight loss challenge, so people can participate in that. Just a variety of things to keep people engaged. Last night I did a live in the group about our secret product that's coming out at Leaders Retreat. Okay. And to be eligible to be a winner of the new prize, I make it fun. I'm like, well, to be eligible, comment your favorite cartoon, just fun stuff like that. It's just, you gotta, like I said before, you got to bring the energy and you got to bring the fun that people want to be a part of. So those are just some things that we do.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, there was something I had on my mind and I lost track. It kind of went. Okay. I mean, we kind of went over this, but this was my next question. Can you explain to our team the importance of being consistent with sharing Plexus on Facebook and also sharing your life? And because, like, for instance, with us, we share our life and, we think of Plexus as, you know, a lifestyle. You know, it's part of our life. So can
Right.
you just share with our team the importance of being consistent and, you know, sharing on Facebook and stuff?
I sure will. I love to teach about social media because I have learned a lot myself. So other than obviously post consistently, you know, Facebook to me is my diary, and I like to allow people in to my world and allow them to get to know me on a personal level, because building relationships is huge, you know, to any business. But I tell my team, one, make your Facebook public, because here's the thing. Last month, I signed 3 people that I was not even Facebook friends with. But because my profile is public, they were still able to follow me and without me even knowing. So when they were ready, they were, you know, they reached out to me and we weren't even Facebook friends. And I think that's really, really important. Now, you know, if there's certain posts that you don't want everybody to see, you can go in and customize those. But otherwise, you know, if I have a friend that says, hey, you know, tells another friend, hey, you need to follow Melody, she's doing this Plexus thing. And, you know, your Facebook is not public, it's not going to allow them to see who you are and what you are about. So that's a big thing. Expand your network. You need to be adding friends every single day. Your goal is to get to 5,000 friends as fast as you can, you know, expand that network. Posting consistently about, obviously, Plexus, you know, show your passion. I love Plexus. I am passionate about Plexus. You know, I am a product of the product. I stand behind the products. I stand behind the company. You know, Plexus changed our family's life, and I will shout that from the rooftop. You know, decide what your platform is. Why did you join Plexus? What do you have to share? And our platform is mental health, because that's what really changed our family. So decide what your specialty is. What can you really speak about that's been your experience, you know, with Plexus. The other thing is, you know, attraction marketing. If, you know, ask some questions, get people to interact with you. And when they do, you want to keep that conversation going in your post, because the more comments you have, the more it's going to roll around the news, you know, the news feed.
Exactly.
When a memory pops up, like now that I have memories, Plexus memories from a year ago, when a memory pops up, I go in there and comment on that memory. And I signed somebody today off of a memory from last year about ease. She started asking questions about ease on a post from last year because I dropped a comment under there when that memory popped up. And guess what? She saw it. So it's all about learning the algorithm and to help get your posts to roll, basically.
Right. Yep.
And understanding the 10-10-10 rule, you know, that 10 minutes before you post, make sure that you're going in and commenting on as many of your friends' posts as possible, because the more you comment on somebody else's post, the more likelihood they're going to see your post. And then make your post, and then 10 minutes later, go back and comment on more people's posts. Because if you don't post on somebody's, you know, or comment on somebody's post, chances are they're not going to comment on yours.
Right.
So, yeah, you've got to work the system, basically.
Right. Yes. And I like that. I wrote that down, the 10-10-10 rule. I like that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Okay. So, you know, you talked about expanding your network. You know, like for instance, you know, like building your Facebook friends. You know, when we started, we had 200 Facebook friends. I think we're now over 4,000 or something like that. I can't remember. Now, one of the ways that we tell people to kind of expand your Facebook friends, for one, is just look up old friends that you went to school with, you know, different things like that. Another way that we've had great success with is, like, for instance, you know, we're very passionate about our Yorkies. Greg's a big Wizard of Oz fan. I'm a big Elvis fan, so we
Mhm.
join these groups. Now you cannot talk plexus in these groups,
Right.
but is what
Right.
we post pictures of our dogs on Facebook, then we post it in the groups, and then
Right.
we go in when people start commenting and liking, and so we've expanded our Facebook friends that way, and we've become really good friends with these people. And then
Yes.
I mean, we have a lot of people that are Yorkie people that are on plexus and stuff like that. So it's very good to expand your Facebook friends and stuff like that. Do you have
Yeah.
any other ways that you can think of that that
You took one of my ways with the groups, because as you saw, we just bought a new camper,
right
and I went in and joined a bunch of camping and RV groups.
right
And every so often I will drop a question, or I did post pictures of our new camper,
right
and and that is an excellent way to get more interest, because when you post or comment in those groups, their likelihood to see your other post on the outside of the group
yeah
increases. And like you said, you don't say a word about plexus in there,
right no
but yeah, I mean, get into those groups. You have to find your other passions, that besides plexus, what are the other, I say top 5, besides plexus, what are the other 4 things about you that makes you who you are, right? I mean, is it crafting? Is it gardening? Is it cooking? Is it, whatever makes you who you are? And it allows people to get to know you. I also joined some empty nester groups, because essentially I'm an empty nester. And, here's the thing. Let me share this with you. I've been telling a lot of people, plexus is what brings us together. The products speak for themselves.
right
I can tell you 100% the products work, but there's so much more to plexus. It's the community.
yeah
It's bringing people together. It's encouraging. It's uplifting. It's building confidence. It's giving people a voice. So there is so much more to plexus than the products. So yeah, that's important.
yeah very good. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to just a little bit something real quick. It's not much, but okay. So now, when you joined Plexus, you turned silver pretty fast. How long did it take you to turn silver? Went it like pretty quick?
No, it wasn't, because I
Oh,
wasn't telling anybody.
okay.
So my niece was my first ambassador, and that was before I ever posted, because I had I told some close friends. And then my second ambassador, I just happened to saw her post on one of Lauren's posts, my upline, and I messaged Lauren and said, "Hey, I know her." And she said, "Okay, well, let's get her signed up under you." So she was my second ambassador, again, before I posted. And then my third ambassador was my husband. So I went silver before I ever posted, but it was, again, 6 or 7 weeks after
Okay.
I joined. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. So, um, let's see. What was I going to say? Okay. Okay. Like, for instance, one thing too that we tell our team, like for instance, with Greg and I, between the two of us, we signed up over 160 people on our top levels.
Uh-huh.
And as a matter of fact, I just signed up 2 this month, and I'm working on my 3rd because of the building bonuses. I'm actually working on more.
Yeah.
I've got a whole list of people I'm working on. But can you expand on how important it is to expand your level ones? I mean, because I know with things getting ready to change, it's important to go wide.
Yes. And initially, when I was growing fast, obviously that's where I expanded, obviously my level ones. Something that I learned from Brooke Hemingway when I went to the Align retreat, Brooke is a double diamond, and of course she has her husband who is a sapphire. And a big question, which was interesting, is she told us she has 5 business builders under each of her legs. Okay. So that's essentially, you know, she has 5 good business builders under each of those accounts, I guess you can say.
Okay.
So, but yeah, the wider, the better. But once I had solid business builders as my level ones, that's when I started building my husband. And now I help my daughter because she's in hair school and it's helping supplement her income. She posts consistently using Instagram stories. And, you know, she has gotten customers and ambassadors just through Instagram stories. In fact, she did a Zoom call for our team last week on teaching people how to do stories and create highlights. And
Oh, wow.
Instagram is another good place because in Instagram, you don't message people. You know, Instagrammers, they prefer just to scroll and, you know, she has signed people without even knowing because she leaves her link on Instagram and they have just gone in and ordered. So, yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay. Yeah. That's one thing that I'm still working on, learning Instagram, learning the story part of it and stuff like that. Is there a certain place you can go to learn about Instagram, or, I mean, is there?
Yeah, I mean, if you Google, there's YouTubes
Oh,
that you
okay.
can. Oh yeah,
Okay.
you can.
Okay.
But creating the highlight, they're like files. Highlights are like files,
Okay.
and the fun thing about those is they never go away. You know, like a story only stays up for 24 hours.
Right.
But if you put that post, that story into that highlight, you can have 100 posts per highlight.
Oh, okay.
So if you go to my Instagram, you can see all my different highlights.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'll check it out.
a lot of fun.
Because I'm still learning, you know.
Right.
I mean, I still try to post on there, but I'm still learning on, you know,
Right. Well, I think you know, I'm still learning too. And of course, my network is still Facebook because Instagram is a young person's
exactly. Yes.
platform. However, you got to think into the future.
Right.
Because everybody is going to be, you know, who knows what's going to happen. So if we work on our Instagram now, then we'll be ahead of the game essentially. And some of those young ones on Instagram are going to be getting older, and then they're going to have more financial, you know, more finances to maybe join Plexus in a few years.
Right.
So, yeah.
True. Okay.
Yep.
The next question I have here. Now, this is, I mean, we handle it a certain way, but okay, like, so when you're talking to people about Plexus, do you try to qualify them as, if you want them as a customer or an ambassador? You know, because like, for instance, when we talk to people, we ask them, you know, that if they, you know, in order to get them as an ambassador, we want them to be committed to the products. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And if they say they can't commit, then we just, you know, like, because we have a lot of people that are customers, they don't want to upgrade, you know. Right. So how do you handle that when you're talking to people? I mean,
so, you know, the longer, you know, I've been out for about 15 months. So I've become more and more confident in how I talk to people. So my typical conversation is, you know, I do tell them there are 3 ways to order, and I provide them with the graphic of the different, to explain the different ways. Then I say, you know, my goal is always to help you save money as well. Right. And, you know, with the free enrollment codes, for me, it's a no-brainer to, you know, offer the ambassador, and then go from there. And I also tell them, you know, we do have welcome packs. You can only order those one time, depending on your budget. You know, this might be the best way to go, because I would hate for someone to buy a bag of Slim for $85 preferred or whatever, when you can get 3 products for $99, right? So, but I will tell you, my train of thought, I've already said, come January, because like the bonuses are happening this month. Let's just be honest.
Oh yeah.
Depending on the promotions, but I've told my team already in January, I plan on changing my thought pattern and signing people up as customers first. because like you said, I want to see that commitment, because right now I'm averaging over 100 people a month with some PV.
Yes.
You know, that
yeah.
some PV.
Yes.
And you know, that those some PVers could be customers, right?
Right.
And yeah, so it goes back and forth because it just depends on the promotions. You know, most people, when they contact you, they're going to tell you they want to lose weight, right? A lot of people, I want to lose weight. Well, I've been digging a little deeper. Like, okay, weight loss is really a byproduct or a side.
Right.
What do we really need to work on in your health first? So I try to get them down to, is it pain? Is it mental health? You know, is it really truly gut health? Like, you know, bathroom issues, sleeping issues, and we address that first.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a hard question. If they're adamant that they just want slim, you know, I had a girl yesterday, she just wants slim. Well, then you're a customer. I mean, that's
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because like we have some people that, you know, like when you start talking to them and stuff, you know, they start seeing the, you know, the ProBio 5 or the Bio Cleanse, and they're like, you know what, I just want to do that. I mean, we have people that have been doing the ProBio 5 and the Bio Cleanse alone for 3 and 4 years, and they buy it every single month because it's going to help them with their diverticulitis, or, you know, so, you know, we're happy to have them as a customer because it does help your PV. And,
absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
And at least you're getting something off of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have, I have several customers, but I have 2 really good customers that I have encouraged to upgrade just so that they can get some money back.
Right.
And recently I sent them each a gift just through Amazon as a, you know, a water bottle, just to thank them. And one of them did upgrade this past month to an ambassador, and brought someone to, I had an open house, and she brought someone here. So, you know, you just never know sometimes.
Right.
You know, you could have someone that you really think is going to be consistent and committed, and, you know, nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you never know.
Okay. Okay. The next thing I have here. Okay. You know, we've got the October incentives going on right now. You know, 3, sign up 3, you get the $150, 6, I don't know what 6 is, and then 9 and 12. I mean, you can earn up a lot of money, and that, like I say, the bonuses that they're giving, that does not include the building bonuses and stuff.
Right.
So, can you just give us, I mean, tell us what your thoughts are on this? I mean, I'm loving it. You know.
Oh, it's amazing. You know, I've told my team, and again, when I pump my team up, and we have a business building thread. So I create a new business builders thread every month because they have to recommit to be in the thread. So every day, every morning, I put a post in there in the thread, and, you know, I pump them up like, you know, are you going after this money? Because seriously, you know, they have never done something like this. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. And, you know, I hope that, are you open for business today? You know, and it's just about pumping them up. And, you know, if they want it, they'll go get it, honestly. Because in my opinion, everybody needs Plexus. Every single person needs Plexus. And not only that, people need the community. There's so many people that need a good community of positive people to, you know, be surrounded by. So
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and that's very true. And that's one thing too, you know, through the years, you know, I've been doing this now 6.5, almost 7 years now. And each year we have more and more people that show up for the convention. And so that there is, you know, you actually get to meet your people. And, you know, to me, that the community is just, when they see all these Plexus people together, and they see excitement on their faces, and they see these people get up on stage, and, you know, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, you know. So, But I mean, like, we've already got a whole bunch of people registered for next year in Nashville.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I'm even more excited about that. We actually had, I think, 15 on our team this year in Las Vegas, and I think we've even got more already for Nashville.
You know, I just read on the Jewel page, I think there's like over 8,000 people already registered
Oh,
for
wow.
convention. I
Wow.
don't know if that is, you know, I'm pretty sure I read that,
Yeah.
but that is awesome. I mean, the hotels, and from what I understand, the hotels in Nashville, the main ones have already sold out.
Wow.
But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
but
I think we've got some people. We're looking into some of the Airbnbs that are just right there
yeah,
in walking distance, you know, to help save money that way and stuff.
right,
I've never
right.
done an
Mhm.
Airbnb, but hey, you know, I don't have a
Yeah, I'm
problem.
excited because
There's some
Nashville is
nice ones.
close to me, so
Oh, is it? Okay, good.
it's
Yeah.
about 5 hours, so
Yeah.
that's nothing.
Right. And seeing it's close to a lot of our teammates too. So that's why it's even, you know, I mean, some people even actually live, you know, in that area. So they're like, oh yeah, I can just 30 minutes away and I'll be there. And I'm like, yeah. So I
Yeah,
remember
that's nice.
the first year when I joined Plexus, the convention was here in Dallas, and I was loving it because I was like, man, 5 minute drive and I'm there. I'm like, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Okay, so now let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. So now I won't take up much more of your time, but one thing I want to talk to you about real quick is, okay, this was your first year uh, to get to take your family for an all expense paid trip to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us, you know, because we want everybody on our team to go to and be right there with you next year. So, can you just let people know, you know, about it? What the excitement, you know, just what were your thoughts on the whole Hawaiian thing?
Oh, it was wonderful. We arrived a couple days early so that we could try to acclimate to the time change. For us, you know, it was 6 hours. And for someone like me who's an early bird, I never could make it past 3 a.m. Hawaii time, which was 9 a.m. at home. But but it was good to meet people that you only, you know, see or chat with over Facebook.
Right.
And to be surrounded by such strong people, you know, very like-minded, and to get to know them, you know, on a more personal level. But not only that, you know, Plexus knows how to put on events. It doesn't matter if it's convention or leaders retreat or a health and happiness tour,
Right.
you name it, they know how to put on events. No stone is left unturned.
Yeah.
So everything they did, the welcome reception was wonderful. The atmosphere was wonderful. And then, you know, they're always surprising you. And they would do these night drops where they would leave things in your room. So
Wow.
every night we got a gift while we were there. And it was great because there was a variety of things. We had the welcome reception. We had a breakfast. There was a couple of training sessions. And again, you know, my belief or, you know, what was just sealed once again. During one of the training sessions, the our CFO, got up and spoke about where Plexus has been. And even he talked about when Tarl asked him to come on board, and he was like, what are you getting me into? I don't want to be a part of something, you know, and you know, he's been there for 8 years or however long, and they showed all the growth patterns and things like that. And you know, Plexus does things right. You know, they're not perfect,
Right.
but you know, anytime there's been a couple of things that, for instance, let me think. They created a new welcome pack last year, and somebody was like, wait a minute, that doesn't add up to the savings. And they quickly went in and added a couple products, you know, because they do listen. That's the
Yes.
thing, is
Yeah.
they listen. For instance, you know, the Apple Watch. Well, people are like, well, not everybody likes Apple. So they added the Garmin watch. The Nike shoes. Well, of course, there was a big anti-Nike thing that came out. So
Right.
they changed it up to a cash option. You know, they're true to their word.
Yeah, they
And
are. Yes.
I'm
Yes.
telling you,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm forever grateful for Plexus. I have seen and experienced things that even at my just every normal day job over the years doesn't even compare.
Exactly.
So
I totally agree with you. You know, like I say, with being in it almost 7 years, we have seen so much growth in this company, and
yes,
you know, so many changes. And I mean, the website just keeps getting better and better and better with all these
right.
new things. It's just incredible. You know, when you go on there and you see all these new things showing up, you're just like, wow. You know, because there's so much information to share with people.
Right.
The website, so it's amazing.
Well, I think we're on the brink of some really big growth. I really do.
Okay.
You know, they're like I said, they're staying right up there with what people want. You know, again, this new product coming out is awesome. So, you know, it just is going to add another layer to what we do.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so one more thing right quick is, okay, so you are Sapphire right now. So what are your goals to get to the next step, the big diamond?
So my goal is I'm hoping to be diamond by the end of April. So, you know, to be able to be on stage at convention. That's my plan. Right now, I am loving on my team, planting seeds, educating.
Yes.
And, you know, there's a time for planting and there's a time for harvesting. So in your business, you're going to have months that you push, and then you're going to have months that you grow and educate. So something that we have recently done, and we are getting really good response from it. Starting in August, so I hired an assistant. She's one of my rubies, and once a week we sit down and work together. And what we started was welcome messages. So every time our team adds an ambassador, she sends out a welcome message. She has access to my Facebook and my virtual office. Then she sends out a standard welcome message that includes the new ambassador and the uplines up to me. So
I like that.
It's, you know, it's introducing them to their entire upline, you know, in case, honestly, you have situations where sponsors are not involved. Let's be honest. They sign people up and they don't take care of them. And that's just reality.
Yeah.
And I want to connect with these people as soon as I can, that they know that they have a lot of support. You know, we send the video about the triplex right away. And then Sarah keeps an Excel spreadsheet where she also sends, we have all the messages already pre-written, right? So she'll send a follow-up message in 3 to 7 days, again at 14 days, and then, you know, monthly thereafter. But it's really been shown we're having good response from these welcome messages and follow-ups. Yeah. So yeah,
that's a good idea. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so lastly, do you have any last words of advice for our team that you would like to share?
Well, like I said, I mean, the biggest thing for me is building those relationships. And part of building relationships is posting consistently, post a variety of things, allow people into your world, you know, let them get to know you on different levels. Like you said before, join those groups, things that you know, enjoy. Yeah, I mean, that's what we do. That's what I do on a daily basis. And, you know, you have to decide how committed you are to the business. You know, how many hours a day do you want to commit? You know, that's totally up to you. You can work it, an hour or two a day. You can work it 12 hours a day. And,
Right.
there's no right or wrong really,
Right.
but, you've got to step outside your comfort zone. And this is something else I want to share is Plexus has built my confidence tremendously to the point where I used to worry about what people thought of me,
Mhm.
and I was a people pleaser and things like that. And I rise above that now. I will block people just to protect other people, because if I have someone or know of someone that just, is a Plexus hater or an MLM hater or whatever, since my profile is public, as are a lot of my business builders, if I tag them in a post, then, their friends are going to see it as well,
Mhm.
for instance. And if some of those people, like coworkers and stuff, don't approve of Plexus or don't
Right.
whatever, I block people to protect my team, and no one needs that negativity, right?
Exactly. Right.
So if you're not following Mel Robbins, Mel spoke at convention. I
Yes.
highly recommend following Mel. And one of the very first posts I saw from Mel was, if you're scrolling through social media and someone's name pops up that causes your heart rate to increase, then that should be a red flag. Unfriend that person, block that person. You don't, you get to, your social media is yours.
Right.
It's social media. And really 99% of the people on social media are acquaintances. Let's just be honest.
Right.
I opened a Facebook to build a business, and, that's what it is to me. So yeah, I mean, you have full control over who you allow in your circle, who you allow on your social media, and you are most like the 5 people that you hang around with. Think about that,
Right.
you know? So you are in full control of,
Yeah. Yeah. And I
yeah,
like that too, because we're the same way, girl. We are so very protective of our team, and
yes.
we don't allow negative. We don't allow, because you just don't need that in your life. You do
Mm-mm.
not. It's, uh, when you're building a business, you want to be everything positive all the way,
Right.
so
Absolutely.
yeah.
My
But,
news feed is very happy. I'll be honest with you.
yeah,
I have a very happy news feed.
you
And yeah, I
do.
know people say that Facebook can be very negative, but you control that,
You do. Yes. Yep. Very, very
So
true. Well, girl, I am just thrilled to death to have you on here again today. Seriously, you you even built my confidence. One thing that you said, that's one thing I loved at the end, how you said that Plexus has built your confidence. Because I'm telling you, girl, it has totally built mine as well. Because when I started Plexus, I was one shy son of a gun. And now
uh-huh.
I will talk to anybody about Plexus,
Right.
whatever. And
Right.
before that, I was like, I was scared and just, and now, I mean, I can remember I was afraid to do videos. I was afraid to do all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And now
Right.
I let it all go,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
So anyway, but girl, we totally, totally appreciate it. You are amazing. We love you just to pieces. And it was a pleasure. I actually got to meet her for just a few seconds in Las Vegas. I
Yeah.
saw her. I think it was in that Emerald line when we were getting ready
Yeah.
to come in, and I was like, Melody. So I did get
Yeah.
to see you for just a minute. So, but that's one thing that I love about, when you go to these different events and stuff, when you see people that you follow and you go up to them, they're just the same people they are that you see on Facebook. And, I mean, they're more than happy to take that selfie with you or, do whatever, talk to you.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. It was funny. I'm going to share this story with you real quick and then I'll let you go and everything. But it was funny because, when was it? It was um, Orlando convention, not the or the last one 2 years ago or whatever. The last one we had in Orlando. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
It was funny because I had just turned Ruby, and when I got to convention, my name tag said senior gold.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened is I turned Ruby 2 weeks. So that's why it didn't reflect, because it had to be like the month before.
Right, right.
So anyway, it was really funny. I ran into Celeste Gwynn, and so we were talking and everything. And because she was one of her opportunity meetings, I actually got on stage and told my testimony, and I was just, I was a nervous wreck getting up there, but I was kind of forced up there,
Yeah.
But, I was telling her, we were talking about all that, and she remembered me and everything. And so anyway, I was telling her about my, badge, and she goes, well, they're getting ready to have the Ruby meeting. I'm headed there right now to be their guest speaker. And I said, well, will they let me in with my thing saying, she goes, you come with me. I will get you in that meeting. And I was like, so I just love that about her. So it was really cool that,
That's awesome.
because these people are, that's the way they are. They're just, everybody's got a big heart, and we're all one big Plexus family.
That's right. Anyway, that's right.
Yeah. But anyway, girl, we appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for taking the time out of your.
You're welcome.
To do this for us. Okay.
All righty.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start the recording, and you have a good evening. Okay. Thank you, Melanie.
Okay. You're welcome. See you guys.
Okay.